Moses and Deborah Johnson were the epitome of success, living a life of comfort in a gated estate in Lekki Phase 1. Moses was a high-flying banker whose name was respected in financial circles, while Deborah ran a prestigious fashion boutique that catered to Lagos elite. Their lives were picture perfect, crowned by the birth of their first child, Christopher, a beautiful baby boy whose chubby cheeks and hearty laugh brought sunshine into their already blessed lives. As new parents, Moses and Deborah were overjoyed but also overwhelmed. Parenting came with its challenges, sleepless nights, endless feedings, and the perpetual task of dealing with dirty diapers. Despite their luxurious lifestyle, some tasks slipped through the cracks. They employed a cleaner to manage household chores, but the disposal of Christopher's soiled diapers was often an afterthought. Deborah would toss them into the general trash bin in front of their house, dismissing her mother's stern warnings about safeguarding personal items. Her mother, Mama Grace, a staunch believer in traditional wisdom, had cautioned her repeatedly. In Lagos, she said, not everyone you meet has good intentions. Hair, nails, diapers, these carry the essence of a person. If left unprotected, they could fall into the wrong hands. Deborah, however, considered these warnings outdated superstitions and paid them little mind. In the shadows of the estate, Mr. Jacob, a wire waste collector in his late 50s, went about his work with quiet efficiency. To most residents, he was invisible, a figure who melted into the background as he collected their trash twice a week. But Jacob harbored a dark secret. Beyond his mundane duties, he worked for a notorious herbalist named Baba Tay, a man feared for his expertise in dark rituals. Baba Tay paid handsomely for items imbued with human essence, things like hair, nails, and diapers. These were ingredients for powerful rituals, promising wealth, revenge, or influence to those desperate enough to seek them. One fateful morning, as Jacob sifted through the Johnson's bin, he stumbled upon a pile of Christopher's diapers. His sharp eyes gleamed, and a sly smile curled across his lips. To him, this was a rare find, an innocent child's essence captured in something as mundane as a diaper. Without hesitation, he collected the diapers, bagged them carefully, and made his way to Babate's secluded shrine. Babate received the diapers with an approving nod. That very night he prepared for the ritual. The air in his shrine was thick with the scent of burning herbs and the murmur of incantations. As the herbalist chanted over the soiled diapers, he summoned dark spirits to harness the life force of the baby. His goal was to transfer the child's vitality into a talisman, a prized object that would bring immense power to its owner. A week later, Christopher's cheerful giggles turned into cries of distress. The once vibrant child became unrecognizably fussy, refusing to eat and crying inconsolably. His condition rapidly deteriorated, and a high fever set in. Moses and Deborah rushed him to the best pediatric hospital in Lagos, but every test came back inconclusive. The doctors were baffled, unable to explain Christopher's mysterious illness. Mama Grace visited the following day. From the moment she stepped into the house, her instincts told her something was deeply wrong. After observing Christopher and listening to Deborah recount the events of the past week, she asked pointedly, "My daughter, have you been careless with anything of his? His diapers? His clothes? His hair?" Deborah's face paled. "Mama, I've been throwing his diapers into the trash." Mama Grace's expression darkened. "You have been reckless. In this city, you must never leave such things unprotected. Someone may have taken them for evil purposes." Deborah relayed her mother's warnings to Moses, who initially dismissed them as baseless superstition. But as Christopher's condition worsened, desperation pushed him to reconsider. Together they sought the help of Prophetess Kioma, a spiritual leader known for her divine visions and unyielding faith. After listening to their story and praying fervently, Prophetess Chioma delivered a grim revelation. The child's life force has been stolen. It is being used in a ritual. If we do not act swiftly, he will not survive. Under the prophetess' guidance, the Johnsons questioned the estate manager and identified Mr. Jacob. When confronted, Jacob initially denied any involvement, but Moses' fury and Deborah's tearful pleas broke his resolve. Trembling, he confessed to taking the diapers and selling them to Baba Tai. With Mama Grace, Prophetess Shoma, and a small group of supporters, the Johnsons stormed Baba Tai's shrine. The air was charged with tension as the herbalist greeted them with an unsettling calm. "Leave this place," he warned, his voice laced with menace, but Prophetess Shuma stood firm, invoking divine protection and challenging his dark spirits. What followed was a spiritual battle that stretched into the early hours of the morning. The air crackled with opposing forces as Baba Te chanted incantations and Prophetess Kioma called on divine powers. In the end, the herbalist's defenses crumbled. Reluctantly, he handed over the talisman containing Christopher's life force. Prophetess Shioma destroyed the talisman in a cleansing fire, breaking the ritual's hold on Christopher. The baby's condition improved briefly, but the damage had been too severe. His tiny body, weakened beyond recovery, succumbed a few days later. The Johnsons were devastated. Deborah was consumed with guilt, blaming herself for her carelessness. Moses, too, was haunted by his failure to heed Mama Grace's warnings. Their home, once filled with laughter, was now a place of mourning. Despite their grief, the Johnsons found purpose in Christopher's memory. They established a foundation to educate parents about the dangers of negligence, both physical and spiritual. The foundation also advocated for better waste management systems in Lagos, aiming to prevent such tragedies from recurring. Though their loss was immeasurable, Moses and Deborah clung to the hope that Christopher's story would save other children, and in the quiet moments they found solace in the belief that their son's spirit had found peace, watching over them from a better place. Parents must be cautious and responsible in protecting their children, not just physically but also in seemingly small actions like managing personal items. Carelessness can lead to unforeseen consequences. Ultimately, the tale is a cautionary reminder to value vigilance, humility, and the wisdom of traditions while living in a complex world. If you enjoyed this story, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more African Tales stories that inspire and teach valuable lessons. Thank you for your support.